Welcome to another episode of Talking College Football with JJ Kitchen. Got ourselves a new intro for this week, and it's a damn good one. I know a lot of people are already loving it in the comments section already, but guess what? At the end of the day, we are only just a couple days away from the absolute best game of the year to date, and it's the most important game on the schedule right now, and that right there, fellas, is immediately the Pitt Notre Dame game and College Game Day. And I took a number of trips. One, I got to see a number of clients up towards Ross Park Mall. Got to stop there. Got to stop on the North Shore. Got to see the College Game Day set. Everything looks impressive right now, to say the least. And I can tell you, it's going to be a hell of a time. And again, the numerous amounts of people where we're meeting with clients downtown, and the absolute just every hotel right now is already starting to pack up, which is pretty crazy. The amount of Pitt students that were on the North Shore today taking pictures. Obviously, the College Game Day bus was over in Oakland today. Got to go over there as well. Got to watch a little bit of that as well. So pretty pumped up about that. Pretty pumped up overall. Good stuff here, guys. Obviously, the comments are flowing in here tonight. Obviously, we're excited about this stuff going on today, but more importantly, this Saturday, we're only a couple days away again. So make sure, if you have not done so, if you're over on X, head over to YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure, if you want to get your question up on the screen here tonight, use the super chat button right down below. Use the super chat button. Make a small donation to the pod. Get your question up on the screen here tonight. But as you guys always know, the show is sponsored by Colonial Beer, located at 4986 Library Road in Bethel Park, PA 15102. Again, tremendous people, great individuals, Pitt men. Bill and Alan are truly two of the best. Obviously, as you know, they'll always be at the Pitt games. They'll be there again coming up here this Saturday for the Pitt Notre Dame game and College Game Day special. They'll be in the stadium. They're two great individuals. Make sure you go say hello to them. The selection is through the roof. I can tell you that right now. A number of great things that they're able to have there between your heavier beers or lighter lagers. Make sure you go in there, pick out what you need before you head down to the tailgates. Obviously, we will be down. I personally will be down there at 6 a.m. on Saturday. It's going to be a hell of a day. So if you've not done so, make sure you stop tomorrow. Make sure you get your stuff done. Grab your stuff, go in there, say hello, and then roll your way out and get ready for the Pitt game on this Saturday. Again, Colonial Beer, located at 4986 Library Road in Bethel Park, PA 15102. The show is also sponsored by Thompson Law Group with Brian Thompson, an attorney on your side. Call them today at 724-799-8404 or visit them at thompsonattorney.com. Again, you guys have met Brian Thompson. We sit together at the games. The dude is the best, easiest person in the world to talk to. If you have any questions, he's the guy to answer. Why? Because, one, he cares about you, the individual. Unlike a lot of larger law firms, he cares about you, the individual, and doesn't treat you like a number. Make sure you go see him today. He comes from a great family, has a great family, and does a lot of great work in the community. If you have questions for him, he'll be able to answer them. And if he's not able to, he'll still guide you through the process and get you in front of the right people to get the questions and the answers that you need for your case. Thompson Law Group with Brian Thompson. Call them today at 724-799-8404 or visit them at thompsonattorney.com. Last but not least, the Cake Collection, the coffee brand by Austin Kitchen at www.thekingscraft.com. Again, the great stuff here. The Backwards Cake Collection, great one here. Again, it's a great brand. I personally love to use it. I was never a coffee guy. This is the only coffee that I drink. It's incredible. The AK Espresso batch. I have one here at the house, obviously. Just finished up this one here. Usually I just keep this one, an extra one here in my bag over here, just in case I need to pop one out. But guess what? The good thing is this here, I got a couple loaded ones here, and then I got 3 at the office. That way, when we're there, I get to share with my colleagues, which is always a lot of fun as well. The Cake Collection, AK Espresso, go online today. The best one, personally, in my opinion. The Cake Collection, go get yours today at www.thekingscraft.com. Again, it is built by Austin Kitchen, Pittsburgh hometown hero, Mount Lebanon Blue Devil alum, Coastal Carolina Chanticleer national champion, and now professional baseball player with the Seattle Mariners. Get yours today, the Cake Collection, the coffee brand by Austin Kitchen at www.thekingscraft.com. As we'll get into it here today, guys, I know plenty of stuff here. Let's go. Let's effing go. Let's go. I know, guys, we're only a couple days away. I'm so pumped for Saturday. I got yours and Brian's back. JJ sitting right behind you two. Fine gentlemen. The high fives will always be flying at the act. Gary, You're one of the best, brother. And I can tell you, Gary and Does Deed sit in the same section, just one seat behind us. The dude is the best. Gary, appreciate you, brother. You do a great job. You're always loud at the football games, man. I can't thank you enough for supporting the podcast here, brother. Truly appreciate everything you do, man. McKee Place ready to go. Allegheny Anthony, can't wait until Saturday. I'm wearing the Royal and at. I agree, brother. The Royal and blue, man, is ready to go. Good stuff here. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. 2 more sleeps. Rock the Royal. Fire me the F up. I'll be there getting loud. And of course, WRW Pitt, smash the like button and subscribe. Couldn't agree more. Just again, guys, down below, hit the like button, subscribe, and make sure, if you're not done so, to get your stuff up on here on the air tonight. Make a small donation to the pod. Use the super chat button down below, and you're ready to go. Got to figure out what the heck's going on my speakers right now. There we go, I think. See what it looks like here. There we go. All right, we're set. We're game. We're ready to go. All right, guys. It's crazy. Again, a good comment here. In our house, we locked the gates. Couldn't agree more, brother. Let's see here. MBJ Truther is a great comment. Here's a student. I cannot wait. I'm glad to hear that. And obviously, you guys, man, have done a phenomenal job really the last 5 years, man. And really in 2021 through 2025, where the Panther Pit has just been absolutely packed, not just in the bottom portion of the bowl in the end zone there, but even up top, especially up top in the 2 portions right there. You guys have done a hell of a job. Just, again, cannot thank the Panther Pit enough, man. The Panther Pit has done a hell of a job. It will be loud. Again, if you guys need to know, the last hour of the show for College Game Day from 11 to 12 is inside the stadium. So make sure when College Game Day is over, every one of us, again, I'll be walking around for a little bit of majority of the time early on. I'll be tailgating with Brian Thompson over in our side, our lot, over towards Carnegie Mellon, the Carnegie Science Center that's over there. We'll be over there, but I'll be walking around early on, getting to go by College Game Day. Got to catch out Kirk Herbstreit, Desmond Howard, Reese Davis, and of course, Coach Nick Saban. I mean, you get to see a Hall of Fame football coach like Nick Saban, man. You can't miss out on that. Walk around a little bit to see that. Obviously, too, get to see a little bit of the Pitt parents. Obviously, I've already texted a number of you guys. Be good to see you guys before the game. I'll let you guys enjoy it, but we're expecting at least 80 to 100,000 people on the North Shore coming on Saturday, because the people out of town, people don't know, College Game Day is quite the extravaganza for people even out of town. Really good for the economy as well. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch that stuff overall. Where's the tailgate going to be at? Pittsburgh Great Dane played at 6058. We're going to be over. Me personally, I'm going to be over with Brian Thompson, who's truly the best, one of the nicest people you'll meet. Again, the dude's family. That's just, I mean, he's not even a friend. I use him as my attorney personally because one, he's so good. That's why I'm happy to use him. That's why I'm beyond blessed he's a sponsor on here. But he's a guy that's just a dear friend and just dear family. Same thing goes with the kids too. David, the whole crew. David's actually in college, man. He's a total goat, man. He's the best. The guy knows his shit. More importantly, man, just a tremendous Pitt fan as well. And just the whole crew in general. Henry and Kendrick, man, it's like those two dudes. I mean, pretty much. I mean, they could be running the football team at this point. Those two, I'll tell you what, they don't care, man. Them guys, dude, they know exactly when to show up. They're always there to support Pitt. So, man, I'm proud of Henry and Kendrick, and especially too with their busy schedules, man. They're tremendous athletes as well, dog. I mean, at the end of the day, so I'm pumped up. Make sure you guys come over towards the Carnegie Science Center, towards that side, the gravel lot right there. We'll be somewhere in there. I'll certainly post a picture, but great people, man. Make sure you come over and say hello. I know Eric from the Bird Cave he's probably going to be over at some point. He'll come over. Obviously Brian's one of those guys, man. Just come over, say hello. He's truly one of the best. He's easy to talk to. Make sure you guys come over and say hello. Let's see here. BC Thompson, need the Panther Pit to be the best it's ever been this game. Bring that energy and set the example. Brian, I couldn't agree more. I think going into this football game, there's a number of things that you look at, and the Panther Pit has always been great. The only gripe that I have sometimes, if it's a blowout, if we're winning big, they leave. After Sweet Caroline, don't be leaving the game. I mean, stay there, man. We need that energy. We need that noise, man. And again, the stadium's going to be packed, I expect. I mean, the Pitt's going to be out in full force. We've seen the last 4 Rock the Royals have been absolutely incredible. Just a sea of royal blue. You guys have seen me post the videos online. I think it's going to be an absolute just major thing moving forward. And again, need the Panther pit to be loud. I can't say that enough. Eric has said that too. We also have a challenge out there, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. We actually have a challenge out there. If I see a poster that says Talking College Football with JJ Kitchen on College Game Day, or if I'm walking around and I see one, you'll be invited here live on the show with us. Me, Eric, Harry. It'll be good to get you guys on. So I can tell you that right now. Hail to Pitt. Let's see here. You guys couldn't stop Ty Edwards, Clay Ash. I mean, buddy, at the end of the day, they kind of did. They only scored 14 points through 3.5 quarters, man. At the end of the day, Eli Holstein and this offense just couldn't get going. They kind of did. And also, too, we're going to get into this stuff here tonight because I actually had to go around and watch a little bit of the Notre Dame podcast just to hear the thoughts. It's absolutely wild how none of the games they've watched. And again, it's Notre Dame. I don't expect them to be very educated on football. Heck, most of the majority of fans that root for Notre Dame, about 90%, didn't even go to Notre Dame to begin with, just bandwagon fans. Talking here about West Virginia. Buddy, you almost lost to Boston College. They're 1-8. Don't get me wrong. West Virginia was bad. It was a bad loss for us. But, dude, you almost lost to Boston College. It was 12-10 in the fourth quarter. Boston College actually stopped Love. Besides the one run, he had 42 yards. What are you talking about here? And again, I understand it's the Notre Dame thing. That's why everybody hates Notre Dame, which is totally understandable. It's Notre Dame. Jar Greg, obviously, super chat here. Appreciate the super chat, buddy. Yager. Obviously, Pitt did not win tonight in the backyard brawl, but hey, whatever. At the end of the day, we have Jay Kuntz, who's the GM. This team will be a lot built different next year. Obviously, Pitt had a top 5 recruiting class this year for Pitt basketball. I trust him in what he's building. I think this roster here this year, as you can tell, is not good. At the end of the day, we're not good. We lost. It is what it is. We got to take our lumps. But at the end of the day, West Virginia did not look good either. But hey, it's enough to win the game. You win the game, you win the game. That's all that matters. Scotty over Mason, numbers don't lie. I'd like to know what numbers you're looking at, brother. I'll tell you what. I've always said West Virginia people are extremely stupid. That is a stupid comment there. Scotty over Mason. Yeah, that's why Scotty was actually the one that got Pitt back in the game. Huge day Saturday. Need everyone wearing the Royal. Get loud. I couldn't agree more. Rich. Dude, they were closely almost tied. It was 12-10. You can't even admit that. Come on, man. I know you're Notre Dame. You got to take the glasses off a little bit, man. Jeez. I know you didn't go to Notre Dame, but jeez. Let's see here. Let's see. Good one here. JJ. Green 32. Look for the shark flying flag. Hail to Pitt. All right, man. I'll be looking for it. Geo. I'll be looking for it over there. See when we're walking around. Obviously, if I see it, dude, I'll make sure I stop over, take a couple pictures, man, have some fun, talk about good conversation, man. I'll certainly be looking for it. Green 32. All right, I'll have to remember that. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Scotty be up in the worst Power 4 program, 2 picks, and now he's Jesus. Brother, West Virginia, you got to understand, dude, if it wasn't for Pitt, West Virginia wouldn't even exist. That's kind of a classic. Let's see here. All right, to get into the show here, obviously, number one, since it is not an ACC game, Pitt does not have to release an injury report, but the injury report did come out for Notre Dame. They did release one. Questionable in this football game, number 87, tight end Cooper Flanagan, who I think is a damn good tight end, to be quite frank with you. I think he's a big guy. He's got a left Achilles injury. If you're all wondering, he's going to play in this football game. The other questionable player in this game is number 41, hometown kid, Donovan Heinisch. His older brother obviously played at Notre Dame, now plays in the NFL. He had a concussion, I don't think he played last week, or he was out last week, or got hurt in the game. He's got a concussion. He's questionable. I think he plays in this football game. He's faced his hometown team. He's certainly going to play in this football game. Out for this game is number 92, kicker Noah Burnett, right hip. he's actually had a pretty rough year. Obviously him being out, there's another kicker there. That is going to be something to watch, by the way. That's one of my keys to the game. The kicking game for Notre Dame this year has been absolutely horrible. And if anybody knows anything about Acrisure Stadium, like us Pitt fans do, the surface is not very good. So I want to be able to watch that. That might be a key factor in this football game. Obviously, it's going to be good that we have a true freshman kicker who's been kicking very well and has certainly kicked very well in Acrisure Stadium. Only missed, one field goal all year, 2 field goals all year, one of them being at Acrisure Stadium. Number 1 wide receiver, Jaden Greathouse, right thigh. He was actually questionable going into this game. He's now out. Number 56, offensive lineman Charles Jagwash, left arm. He's out. 77, offensive lineman Peter Jones, left ankle. He's out. Defensive lineman Gabriel Rubio, left elbow. He's out. Another offensive lineman, Billy Shkaroff, left knee. He's out. Defensive lineman Sean Sevellino Jr., left ankle. He's also out. So a number of different guys. I think the only one that moved from questionable to out was Jaden Greathouse, which, it's a wide receiver. Pulled a muscle, I believe, and he's been kind of out for a good portion of time now. I would expect to probably, he'll be out even more time after that. But going into this game, guys, here's what I can tell you. I'm going to be honest. Again, West Virginia is a good football team. But the crazy thing is I was watching through a number of different podcasts today just to hear the other side in terms of Notre Dame and what they're looking at. Some people do respect Pitt's offense. There was one that had 46 views. I had to watch the show. They said, well, the offense is okay. They face these certain teams. Notre Dame has faced Purdue, Arkansas, Boston College. We've both faced Boston College. They struggle with Boston College. I didn't understand that comment. And again, I understand that I've seen a lot of stuff with just the arrogance of Notre Dame fans. And look, the majority of Notre Dame fans think this is going to be a blowout. Guys, I can tell you this. It is. I don't believe so. I don't think so either way. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. The crazy thing is that when you look at overall the line, I think it's 11.5 at this point, or 10.5, the over-under. Obviously, I think Notre Dame's favored by 11.5. Again, guys, you got to look at this game. There's a lot of stuff to look at. One, it was so funny. Again, I got to bring up the comments of Pat Narduzzi during the week. One, it was just stupid. The way that he even remotely said that, it was a question pertaining previously earlier to that. I think that the reason why he said 100 to 14 or something was the last 2 games in 2020, Joey Yellen was the quarterback for Pitt. And then in 2023, the quarterback for Pitt at that time was Phil Jakovic. At that point in time, both those guys were absolutely horrible. I think the final score combined in both those games was 110 to 13 or something. He said, obviously, he tried taking the pressure off. He talked about it more today. Personally, it's not hard. To say every game's important. This game isn't just important because, one, we're trying to be 10-2. We're trying to get an at-large bid by some odd chance by the percentages in the ACC. If it doesn't work out, we don't go to the AC championship game. We'd rather be 10-2 with a top 10 win. That's kind of that simple. That's all you need to say. He clarified comments today. I posted a lot about it today. Again, if you watch these Pat Narduzzi press conferences, there's something just stupid going to be said. That's just kind of the case. At the end of the day, it shouldn't have been said. It was stupid. But at the end of I understand what he was getting at. He wanted to take more pressure off the players because, one, we're starting a true freshman quarterback. He's been great to this point, up to 5 games. He'll certainly be ready. The guy's been an absolute just film junkie to this point, certainly last week and this week. This team's going to be ready to go. And there will certainly be new wrinkles from Notre Dame. There'll be certainly new wrinkles from Pitt. Pitt comes off a bye week. Pitt has now 2 weeks to prepare for Notre Dame. From all intents and purposes, I expect this team to be prepared. You look at the record overall and the performances that after a bye week with Pat Narduzzi, he's got a winning record. He's done an incredible job because they get more time. They're obviously focused on it. That's been another thing. Can you talk about Pitt refusing to schedule WVU until 2029? Yeah, Greg, Pitt actually offered to go face West Virginia. They didn't want to face Pitt, so that's on them. So at the end of the day, that came out too. By the way, they did reach out. They didn't call Pitt. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I understand that's a big game for West Virginia, man, and I get that. I'm a big backyard brawl guy. I'm a big rivalries guy, but at this point, you look at the series overall, it was 2-2 in these last 4-game series. Pitt leads the all-time series. What's concerning to me is the stuff. Obviously, you guys are in the comment section right now. I get it. You guys did win tonight. Congratulations. It's a good thing. You swept the series this year between football and basketball like we did last year. We swept it last year. Pitt won the basketball game the previous year. Pitt won the last 2 straight games going into this. I mean, it is what it is. But what I need to see more of, and one, you guys didn't want to schedule us, which is fine, whatever. But also, too, you guys need to worry about winning more. The mediocrity of West Virginia football right now. If you guys lose one more game, that's 5 losing seasons in 7 years. Take away the COVID year, it's 5 losing seasons in 6 years. I mean, West Virginia has to get a lot better at football. I mean, because at this point, you can't compete in the Big 12. You lack funds. You're in major debt. You can't compete there. You couldn't compete in the ACC. You couldn't compete in the Big 12, in the Big 10. You can't compete in the SEC. And pretty soon, you made the best chance to win a conference title is probably going to Conference USA, where Rich Rodriguez came from. That's probably your best bet at this point. I mean, you guys need to worry more about winning football games. And again, you guys talking about attendance. You only sell out the Penn State game and the Pitt game. I mean, I understand that's why you want the game on the schedule. I get it. Who was the worst Notre Dame podcaster? Thank you, John Waffle, for the super chat. I'm not going to go into that kind of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I watched a bunch of stuff. It was just absolutely obscene. Some of the stuff they were saying, obviously, you just do the numbers. West Virginia fans did this stuff too, which was absolutely comical. They're like, oh, we're going to get 50-50, all this stuff. Even their sportscasters would say it. And again, I understand it's the biggest, it's their Super Bowl. I get it. But just the theoretical numbers. I mean, Pitt has 33 or 34,000 season ticket holders. That's not including the Pitt season ticket holders, like the Pitt student section. The Pitt student section allows 11,000. So 34, that's 45,000 right there off the bat. Plus the actual extra tickets on top of that we sell. Gets you up to 55,000. It's just it's just so stupid. I just don't get it. And again, I understand people love attendance stuff, but besides last year when Notre Dame won 3 consecutive in the college football playoff, which is great. Marcus Freeman did a good job. I mean, they were on a road of 0-12, 0-13 in major bowl games, in major big games. I mean, I think it was just bowl games. Or even the national title game they went to. With the national title game they went to against Alabama, that was the Manti Te'o weird shit where the guy had a fake girlfriend and they were he was in love with a chick that he never met before, which was super weird. Then they go to the national title game. They get their ass waxed in that game. I mean, it's Jesus Christ. Super chat here. Heard Narduzzi say Kyle Lewis was flying around a practice this week. That's all I needed to hear. Let's go. Guys, I mean, if you look at what he said here this afternoon, too, he's the Pitt team is up here. They are so amped up for this game. The comments were, again, which were stupid. I mean, what he said was so stupid. It just okay, if you want to lower the standard, say, hey, he was trying to say it's not an ACC game, but to bring those guys into reality, say, hey, you need to do your job because they're up here. He's trying to keep them level headed. If you go into a football game and your head's running around and you're just, basically running around with your hair on fire and you're not doing your assignment, you're going to lose this game. Notre Dame's a good football team. Pitt's a good football team. But you got to do what you need to do on the field. You need to do your job. You can't try to do someone else's job or get too amped up and then commit a dumb penalty. We've talked about this before. We'll talk about that here tonight as well. You can't commit dumb penalties and think you're going to beat Notre Dame. You just can't do it. And again, Pitt has done a great job this year where the injuries have just been through the roof. This week is going to be a different story, man. We're back 110% healthy. I mean, we are back healthy now. Rasheem Biles is back. Kyle Lewis is back. Jaden Moore will be back. Cruz Brookins is back at the safety position. At the left tackle position, I don't think Jeff Percy's going to be back this game. Stanley will continue to play in this game. Ryan Corretto will play in this game. Desmond Reed is back in this football game. C.J. Lee is back in this football game. I mean, these guys are healthy now. Jakirin Boozy Turner is now 100% healthy now after a good bye week. Guys, at the end of the day, it's good to get all those guys back. The bye week came at a perfect time for this 3-game stretch, but more importantly, this game matters most, man. This is a great resume builder. It's a top 10 team. It's a top 25 matchup between both these teams, a lot on the line. That's why I think, to me, it was absolutely shocking to see some of these podcasters and some of the people online just say this is going to be easy win for easy win for Notre Dame. I mean, okay, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just totally off the wall, but I got news for you. The game's at home here. I mean, for Pitt, it's not like they're going on the road. And in 2017? We went on the road to Notre Dame. If Pitt's offense could actually just be just average, we were winning that football game, 14-12? We ended up losing the game 19-14. I mean, there's been numerous. I mean, you got to respect the history of this rivalry. And again, it's been a lot of fun. It's certainly been certainly on the side of Notre Dame for the majority of the time, but a number of different games. Pitt's done a great job. John Gruden's even talked about that. And when you look at this game, it's a massive, massive game just overall for the program. Again, I love the backyard brawl. This is 10 times better than the backyard brawl. I mean, when you're facing a West Virginia team that's not good, or neither one of us are ranked. It was a big game in 2022 when it was at home here because we were ranked. That was important. We won that game. That was a big game, and it drew viewership. At the end of the day, you got to win these football games, man. It's a major, major factor in building a good program and sustaining success. I think Pitt can do it, to be quite frank with you. And I think that with all those guys back, Desmond Reed's back now, Mason Heinzel's locked in, it's all about who really stays even keel. And I'll have my keys to the game here, but it matters who's going to stay even keel. You look at a number of guys on this Notre Dame roster. Again, C.J. Carr, a redshirt freshman, a number of good games. He had a pretty rough game against USC. Luckily, they came out on top on that football game. You look overall at the game against Boston College. What Notre Dame really struggled in that game was 12-10. A number of missed field goals, or a whole debacle on that. They ended up winning the game 25-10. It was 21-10 against Navy last week going into halftime. A little bit of weather in the second half kind of dealt with that. A couple bad plays by Navy and not being able to tackle Jeremiah Love led to a bigger score, and they went on to win that game. It was like 42-10, 49-10, something like that. Really good finish by Notre Dame. But C.J. Carr, I mean, he's having a pretty damn good year. He's having a damn good year. And I think to this point, he struggled a little bit against Miami at the beginning of the year. It's the first game of the year for a redshirt freshman. You can imagine coming off, especially too, where the guy has not been playing, the last year. Redshirt is a true freshman. Plays as a redshirt freshman this year, loses that game. They lose by a point to Texas A&M early in the season. At that point, Notre Dame's still figuring out who they are. Texas A&M certainly still figuring out who they are. But there have been some close games throughout the season. And again, Notre Dame, a lot of these guys are talking about Pitt's schedule. Go look at Notre Dame's schedule. I'm sorry, man. I mean, you faced two good teams in the beginning of the year, and after that, I mean, what happened? But then even after that point, does Notre Dame count Miami as a good team when they've been just dragging them the whole entire week? So I don't know about that. Maybe you only face one good team then, right? But even though they're a top 20 team. In the rushing attack, two guys to watch out for. Jeremiah Love, I believe personally he's in the Heisman race. I think he's had a great year. I think he continues to have a great year. Certainly a tremendous running back. He will certainly be off to the National Football League after this season. Also, too, that backs him up, it's a damn good running back, Jadarian Price. He's another guy to watch out for. In the Boston College game, I think he had really just the one down game where he had 9 carries for 12 yards. I still count him as a damn good running back. I think they got a really good talent there. Obviously, they have Will Pauling, number 2. They got Jordan Faison, 4 receptions, 82 yards in that game. Malachi Fields, I think he's actually pretty good. They brought him in. I think he's always been pretty good. And then Eli Reardon. I mean, he's pretty good. I know I'm probably mispronouncing some of these names. Apologize to those guys, but they got a really good football team. And I think they're pretty damn good. I think their D-line on the defensive side of the football is pretty damn good. They can get Heinisch back, and it's a pretty big deal. He got hurt in the Boston College game. I went out for that game. I didn't play last week, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't get any snaps in that game. But they got a number of good guys there. Drake Bowen. I mean, he's a pretty damn good football player. Leonard Moore, they have here. I got notes here. Kingston Vilemu Asa, number 27. He's pretty damn good. Jaden Osbury, Tay Johnson. I mean, they got a number of good football players on this team, and I think that they're a really good football team. I think the justification for them possibly in the top 10 does make sense. They took care of business. Now, the savviness and the overall push from some of these guys in terms of the Notre Dame fans is pretty comical. I mean, the stuff all week that they're going to beat Pitt 100 or something to nothing is pretty comical in itself. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Super chat here from Gary. Can you shed any light on a Sam Carpenter situation? Is he in the doghouse for kicking out of bounds or injured? I never bought the tired leg explanation. Junko struggles with kickoff depth. That's a great question, Gary. He said something about that. I think there's potentially an injury that, again, Pat Narduzzi does not talk about injuries unless it's a season-ending injury. I don't think anything really severe happened to that. I think he was just hurt that game. They wanted to give him some rest. But yeah, Junko did not look good in those games, kicking out of bounds. I would expect Sam Carpenter to be back for this football game. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. With this football game, first up, number one, the keys to victory for Pitt in this game. Again, I like CJ Carr a lot. I think he's a good quarterback. I think that they don't ask him to do too much. You look at a lot of their concepts. They run a lot of pro. Again, it's pro style offense. They like to go out of the shotgun. They can certainly go under center, play action, being able to have those post patterns down the football field, being able to throw the ball deep. Boston College certainly struggled with that last week. They really bought out to stop the run. They did a good portion early on. We're lucky to have a couple missed field goals here and there. But when they need to push the ball down the field, they're going to try to run those routes. Pitt needs to be able to take care of the line of scrimmage. Number one, control the line of scrimmage. And that's on both sides of the ball. Number one, on defense. If you can stop Notre Dame's rushing attack, I think Pitt wins this football game. I think you get CJ Carr to drop back and get him to throw over 20 times this game, I think Pitt's got a very strong chance. I think that they rely very much on Jeremiah Love, which is very understandable. Reminds me a lot of like Izzy Abanikanda. I think Jeremiah Love is a better running back, but man, Izzy was a guy where you were just able to hand off the football and he was averaging 150, 200 yards a game, and you were able to have that comfort to where you weren't having to throw 30 plus times a game. I think if you can get the CJ Carr, even the 25 plus, 30 plus, Pitt's going to be in a good area because if they're passing that much, that means they're not winning the football game. That's a good thing. Same thing goes with the offensive line. The procedure penalties, you've had a week off. You've had a week off to prepare for this football game. You want less procedure penalties, if any at all. You know exactly what you're going to be going into. The atmosphere and the environment is going to be awesome. Again, it's going to be a sea of royal blue. It's not going to be loud when you're on the field. Make sure that you take care of business and understanding what your assignment is. Also, too, you're going to have to be able to get a little bit of push in terms of the run game. I don't expect our run game because, one, we don't pass the ball a lot to begin with. That's just not in the Cade Bell effect or the Cade Bell offense. They're going to certainly be in five wide a lot. We're going to be, again, in the shotgun. We don't go under center at all. It's going to come really down to the motion of, hey, can we really pass block? Can we give Mason enough time to make those plays? Is Mason able to make those crazy shifts where he's able to get out of pressure, get outside the pocket, and make that great throw? A lot like a Roethlisberger back in the day, being able to extend the play. Mason's not that big of a guy, but he's certainly more athletic to move outside the pocket. You want to be able to, one, control the line of scrimmage. If you control the line of scrimmage, that's a massive, massive factor moving forward. And I think it's a really big factor in terms of, one, stopping the run. If you can stop Jeremiah Love, this game is all Pitt, I think. I think that is the massive factor going into this football game. You got to stop the run. Now, if we don't stop the run, we don't have a shot to win this game at all. Like, I would even say to that point, we can't stop the run. I mean, pretty much we're going to be in for a long day. That's my personal opinion. When I watch this tape, I watch this team. Once I get the run game going, they're pretty much a full force at that point. And they're just running the football down the field. And again, pretty safe overall to be able to hand the football off to a guy who's a potential Heisman running back. Just my opinion. But if you're able to stop the run, man, look out. This game is certainly going to be there. And from my understanding, Pitt's rush defense is number one in the country. Number one in the country. John Gruden talked about that today on his podcast. Number one in the country. This team, it's basically strength on strength. And plus, Pat Narduzzi's defense is about stopping the run. Do I expect Marcus Freeman, Coach Denbrock, the OC, obviously Notre Dame, to make sure maybe come out early, maybe try to get Pitt's defense to push off a little bit to where, hey, they're playing up into the box like they always do. Can we try to get one over the top and get the game going in a positive direction early on? Maybe get a little bit of play action in there. I really do. I think they possibly could do that. You saw a little bit of it in the not this previous game, but the game before that against Boston College. Notre Dame came out, throwing the football around a little bit. They were certainly moving the ball down the field, finding guys open. Didn't convert on fourth down in that first drive, but man, they were able to shake things up, was able to move back that Boston College defense, being able to create more in-depth moves inside that, really in that square, inside the hashes where they want to just run down your throat. That's a massive factor. Number two, Number two, penalties. I cannot stress this enough. And I say this every game almost. To beat teams, not just Notre Dame, but any team, any great team, you cannot have 7+ penalties in a football game and expect to win that game. You just can't do it. Pat Narduzzi talked about this week, even though he explicitly did not do a good job on Monday when he talked to the media. He talked about it today. And maybe actually, I do have it on my X account. Maybe I ought to bring it up here just to show you guys what I posted and why he said what he said, even though it was extremely stupid. I think what he said today was a real clarification, and it really made sense. And if you kind of thought about what he was saying on Monday, this right here makes sense. And I got to see it here. Let me see if I can pull up my Twitter account here. Go into videos. Media, I guess. Let's see here. Here we go. About 1 minute and 12 seconds here. Going to share my screen with you guys here. Take this off the screen. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gary, for the super chat, as always. Share my screen here. Why is it doing that? There we go. Share screen. Going to go to media. Here's what Pat Narduzzi said. And again, this was a great question. A great question by Chris Peak over Panther Lair. And I thought it was a good response.
How do you balance, when you talk about keeping the guys loose, you don't want to make too much out of the game and that outside stuff. But at the same time, there's the cliche that the big-time players make big-time plays, right? And big-time. I mean, how do you balance keeping them loose but also leaning into that this is a big game? This is a big opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, every game's big. They're all, must wins if you want to say it. But they got to make plays in every game. And to me, it's about execution, one play at a time. And if you treat it any different, and again, I'm assuming they will. That's why I've got to tell them not to. They're going to be excited. They're going to be, like I said, I think that's why we've had, an outstanding week of practice is because they're excited. And, I might have mentioned this on my radio show. I don't remember mentioning someone. Kyle Lewis played out of his mind on Tuesday. I'm like, it ain't game day today. Slow down. Like, that guy was the best practice he's had all year. So, I mean, guys are excited. They're going to play up. We got to be smart. And, as Coach Junko always said, saw that wood. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Stay right in the middle and saw some wood. So, to me, it's kind of how you have to go approach these games. And I'll have to calm them down a little bit because I know they'll be excited.
He knows they'll be excited. That's a massive factor, guys. And again, I've said it before. I know what he was trying to say. And again, if you've been watching Pat Narduzzi for 11 years, you know what he was saying, even though it was horrifically said on Monday, such a stupid comment about the 110. But then again, it led into another comment. They didn't show it. It was out of context. It is what it is. But the whole point of it is to get to Pitt's team, which again is playing a number of true freshmen. I mean, look across the board. You see Tony Kinsler in there at times at wide receiver, Bryce Yates in there. Then you had Jakirin Boozy-Turner. Then you got Mason Heinchel. Then even on the back end, you've got a number of guys. Joshua Gurrier, a true freshman. You've got Cam Lindsey, redshirt freshman. You got guys up front who are really, really young. Gracio. I mean, you've got numerous guys everywhere that are extremely young, and you're playing them a lot. You want to get them to understand, hey, this is a massive football game. And again, look, I already know for a fact even before that meeting on the press conference on Monday, they know it's a big game. They talked about how it's a big game, but to understand, to win these games, you can't always be just not thinking, just doing whatever you want to do. You have to do your assignment. If you just run around with your head on fire, with your head cut off and then your hair on fire, you're not going to win this football game. You got to be consistent. Nick Saban has even talked about that. He calls it the rat poison. You start hearing so much about how good you are, all this stuff. In a way, Pat Narduzzi did a hell of a job twisting the tide to where everybody and their mother in the media and Notre Dame fans, all this stuff, and then they're going to blow Pitt out, talking badly about Pitt. I mean, that stuff gets back to the locker room. It just motivates them even more. And then college game day's here. So now you're trying to get them focused in from that because you're all pumped up about that. There's a bunch of stuff going on, but they've done a good job. This is a very mature group for guys that are 18 years old. Look at Mason Heinchel. I think he's done a great job as an 18-year-old kid who's very mature and very mature outside of his years. That's just my opinion. I think he's done a really good job. And when you look at Pitt right now to win these football games, you got to be consistent. Again, we talked about number one, control and dominate the line of scrimmage. That's on defense and offense. Defense, stop the run. Offense, be able to pass block, give Mason Heinkel enough time, and then be able to crack a little bit of those runs every once in a while, like we have, where last week, the team has rushed for over 100 yards every game, but last week was the first time 2 weeks ago, last time was like the first time Jakirian Boozy Turner was able to have over 100 yards. That's a massive, massive thing moving forward. You want to be able to crack those every once in a while. Are we going to run consistently on Notre Dame? No. I can tell you that right now, we're not. We're not a running football team to begin with. We use it. It's times almost to be able to really set up the pass game at times, where we just have a couple digs in there, being able just to put it underneath there, get it like 2 or 3 yards, and then boom, we're right back in the set and being able to throw the ball 10, 15 yards downfield, or you're finding a guy what's there. So number one, control and dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. 2, penalties. You can't have stupid penalties. Number 3, Mason Heinkel. And again, it's the quarterback position. I would have this as a key effect for Notre Dame with CJ Carr. Mason Heinkel needs to play his best game to date. But also, too, not fumble the football. Take what's given to you. Don't be looking to make the hero throw all the time down the football field. Obviously, don't be scared to throw the football down the field. That's the Mason we love. We love the guy that goes out there and he's a gunslinger. We call it what it is. The guy's going to go out there and throw the football. He's not scared to be able to try to fit something in a tight window, which is a really good thing because the guy has an extremely strong arm. But in the portion of the end of that Stanford game, you saw a couple mistakes here and there. You didn't want to see those mistakes anymore. You want to be able to say, hey, we're in the red zone. That's also on Cade Bell. Cade Bell needs to be able to call running plays in the red zone for every once in a while. If you're on the 2-yard line, you should be able to run the football in there. You should be able to run the ball in there and get it in. It's that simple. You're down at the 2-yard line, be able to run the football. But 2, don't turn the ball over in the red zone. I think, again, you're going to have a couple bad games towards the end there. Pitt probably left about 14 to 21 points on the board. Could have blown Stanford out even more. The starting, I want to say the starting defense only gave up 7 points in that game. Only gave up 7 points. At the end of the day, Pitt's defense has been really good this year and has really gotten better over the year. And especially in that we looked at the games and even the ones they lost. The Louisville loss was not on Pitt's defense. We turned the ball over twice once in the red zone and then twice on our own side of the football field. You're going to give up points on those. It's just how it is. You can't turn the ball over at your own 20-yard line. It's how it is. You need to be better at protecting the football. But under Mason Heinkel, we haven't had that. We've had the turnovers in the red zone at the end of that Stanford game. But you got to protect the football. You can't fumble the ball in this football game. You got to be able to put points up on the board, and you want to make sure you're scoring touchdowns, not hitting just field goals. You want to score touchdowns in this football game to really solidify yourself in this game. When you look at the Notre Dame side of the ball on defense, again, they got a couple defensive linemen out, but man, I really like this team when you look at them up front. If we look here, had some notes here. Pitt Notre Dame 25. Let me pull up my folder here. A number of really good players on defense. We talked about a couple of them here and there. I like the way their defensive line is aggressive. I like their defensive line a lot, to be quite frank with you. I think they're very aggressive. So the line right now, too, obviously pulled it up here. Had to pull up the current line. It's about 12.5 right now. Defensive lineman, Traore, defensive lineman. He's got 6.5 sacks, leads the team. I have that down here. Bowen, linebacker, 55 tackles. Leads the team in tackles. For Pitt, I have down here Braden Lovelace leads the tackles here. You look at Notre Dame from all the way up to 11-8, their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They faced Boise State, group of 5, NC State, who we faced. They beat 36-7. USC 34-24, Boston College 25-10, and then they beat Navy, another group of 5 team, 49-10. So it was a good showing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then same here. Pitt faced Boston College at home, 48-7. They beat Florida State on the road. That was a top 25 win. Florida State was ranked 25th in the country at that time. They beat them in Tallahassee, 34-31. They beat Syracuse 30-13 up at the Dome. They beat North Carolina State 53-34. And again, you look at that game, and I saw some Notre Dame fans talking about this as well. we were starting a true. I mean, we were starting a walk-on guy at middle linebacker because we had so many guys out at linebacker. I mean, good Lord. I mean, we had Cam Lindsey only getting his second start all season at the linebacker position. And we still, even at that point, we were up so big, we put our backups beyond the backups. We had multiple walk-ons on the field, plus the backups in the safety room, backups in the cornerback room, got more guys to rotate up front. We get points in the end. But you want to get those guys valuable reps because guess what? They might have to play. You never know. The good thing is, though, Pitt's going into this game pretty damn healthy. But a number of good guys there. And again, both these teams on a number of winning streaks. Obviously, Pitt's on a 5-game winning streak. ESPN predictor for my notes here has it at 77% Notre Dame wins this game. I mean, it's a little high. And then, let's see here. Again, I think Marcus Freeman's a damn good football coach. He's going to certainly be mentioned for a number of places to go in college football and the NFL. In my personal opinion, I think that the college football stuff is a fluff. He's not going anywhere else. He's staying at Notre Dame there. He may go off to the NFL, though. That's an opportunity there. I think he'd be actually really good at. I think he'd actually be a damn good football coach in the NFL. Jeremiah Love, we talked about. Jadarian Price, even Anais Williams. That's their third string running back. He's also playing very well. Really showed up in the end of the Navy game because, one, they were up so big. Being able to have those guys in there. Price, 95 carries, 598 yards, and 9 TD runs. In 1 TD catch, 2 kickoff returns for scores. Williams comes off productive college performance from the last game. Obviously did a really good job there. He carried the ball, let me see here, I have 5 times for 72 yards. Had a second TD against Navy, which was pretty good. So a number of guys through there. See here, I have some other notes here. Again, watching them on tape, guys. Again, if we're able to stop the run, if we're able to create space when we're on offense, their defense is really good. Now, they are missing guys here and there on offense. They are missing some guys up front. We talked about that before. They have a couple guys injured here and there on the defensive line. That's a number of things here. I think if I go back here from the list that I had up. See here. If I go to bookmarks, yeah, defensive lineman Peter Jones is out. I'm sorry, that's an offensive lineman. Gabriel Rubio, defensive lineman, he's out. And then defensive lineman Sean Savillano, I can't even say his last name. Savillano Jr. He's got a left ankle. He's also out. And then Kurt Heinisch is questionable. I still think Kurt Heinisch plays in this football game. That's my opinion. And see, that's what I'm talking about. No chance. Notre Dame fans say they have no chance, even though they almost lost to Boston College, which is pretty hilarious. Got another super chat here. Pull it up here. They're saying that Notre Dame fans are going to take over the stadium. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen. I mean, West Virginia said the same exact thing. I mean, it's not going to happen. I mean, that's kind of pretty obvious. I mean, at the end of the day, Notre Dame fans going to talk about something, I guess. Never in a million years thought they would have been a 10-in state. They'd worry more about wins, but things are hard to come by nowadays. Overall in this game, again, we talked about number one, keys to victory in this games. Again, number one, you got to control the line of scrimmage. You have to. You got to control the line of scrimmage on defense, stopping the run. If you can make Notre Dame one-dimensional, you got a very strong chance to win this football game. If you're able to block for Mason Heinschel and be able to crack off some runs here and there, you're not going to be able to run efficiently and effectively all the time on Notre Dame. They got a really strong front. Even with guys out, they still got a damn good front. That's my opinion. That's a big thing. So those, number one. Number two, flags. You can't have 7+ penalties in this football game. I think they have 7+ penalties. They're going to lose this game, in my opinion. That's me personally. 7+ penalties, they're going to lose this game. They got to be under 7 penalties. Number three, Mason Heinschel. Take what's being given to you. If you take what's being given to you, it's easily a game where you just continually move the ball down the football field. If it's not there, throw it away. Don't put it in harm's way. Don't turn the ball over in the red zone. Don't fumble the football. You protect the football. Pitt's got a strong chance in this game. And last but not least, number 4, it's a Pitt fan base. This game, you got to be up the entire game. And again, I've heard all week, it's just been phenomenal from Pitt fans. The amount of people coming out of town for this game that I've talked to who said, they haven't gotten there. They had season tickets this year. They bought them for personally for this game. They weren't at a number of games during the season, but they're going to this game. That's why they bought season tickets, which, again, we had how many new season tickets this year? Look, overall, there's going to be a sea of royal blue, man. And it's going to be a hell of an environment. To Brian's point here, who said early on, we need the Panther Pit to be at its best ever. We need the Panther Pit to be the best it's ever been for this game. Bring the energy and set the example. Couldn't agree more. I can promise you this, Brian, myself, Kendrick, Henry, David, we're all going to be standing. Bill Price, he's going to be standing. I mean, all these guys. Allen's going to be standing. All these guys will certainly be standing. You got to be electric in this atmosphere. You got college game day there. You got to show up and, again, be loud. That's the biggest thing. They love that they feed off that energy in the stadium. Again, reminds me a lot of the Clemson game, the West Virginia game. When that place is loud, I mean, you can't even talk to the guy next to you. I mean, we were joking about that last time, me and Brian. I mean, heck, even the Clemson game, you couldn't talk to the guy next to you. It was kind of funny. Like, you were cheering so loud, but you were also laughing because you're like, I can't understand anything that they're saying. Heck, even Gary behind me, we were laughing at each other too. We're like, we can't even understand what the hell we're saying to each other. You want to make sure you're pumping and you're loud for this football game, man, and enjoy the environment, enjoy this game, but more importantly, support these players, man. They're ready to go. They are ready to go in this football game, and that's my opinion. And again, I got to play. Let's see here. I got to play one time for you guys, and I know it's a couple minutes. Some of you guys are asking in the chat. I wasn't going to do it because obviously I wanted to get through the show first, but I'm going to pull this up for you guys here. And again, it is by far the best of the best. Shout out to Ghost of Whip. There's been another super chat here. We'll get to that one here in a second. Let me share my screen with you guys here. Enjoy.
God, seems like 1,000 years ago. I fought my way out of that cave. Became Iron Man. Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
I saw all these people die. I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
There we go. If I can get myself back up on the screen here. There we go. Had to play that for you guys. You guys are asking in the comment section. Also, to another super chat here, Coffee 8087. Thank you, sir. Excited for Saturday. Traveling up tomorrow. Glad to have a lot of boys back. Hoping for a 2013 wild card type of environment. Has a chance to be really special. Hail to Pitt. Couldn't agree more, man. Couldn't agree more. And I tell you what, we're going to be pumped up. Couldn't agree more. Again, happy to have you back. I mean, Coffee, to your point, now you're another guy. The amount of people, even the athletic department talked about, the people out of town coming to this game for Pitt is going to be huge. Thank you for the super chat there. Will, play the Dream On Pitt video. Goat, I can't play that. I can't play that on here. But if you haven't done so, make sure you guys go over to YouTube and be able to watch that stuff over there. Last but not least, guys, again, thank you, sir, for the super chat. Coffee, thank you, Will Z, for the super chat. Guys, the prediction of the game, we're getting to an hour here. We've gone over Notre Dame's a good football team. CJ Carr, Jeremiah Love, even their offensive line, even with guys out, they still got a good offensive line, guys. I still think, again, they're a very good football team. Do I think that they're a top 10 football team? It can be debatable there. It can be debatable. But they're a good football team. But here's also the thing. Pitt's a damn good football team, too, and they've been winning football games without their full roster. Tyler, right here, too. As Pat said, get liquored up and be loud. It's a noon game. Couldn't agree more. Pitt's a damn good football team, too. They've won without the majority of their starters throughout the entire season. This is the first game where really, besides, okay, we won't have our starting left tackle, we won't have our starting left guard, but Kendall Stanley can really get back and show he can play in this game. I think he will show up here in this game this week. Ryan Coretta has been a really good offensive lineman for Pitt. He's only allowed one pressure since he's been starting at left guard. It has been a major plus. I think that these guys show up. I think that Pitt is very much motivated because of the media coverage this week, but more importantly, because of how Notre Dame fans have reacted to where Notre Dame fans truly believe that they're going to blow Pitt out in this game. It's not even a game. I saw Notre Dame fans, and it's been talked about quite a bit. Notre Dame fans are already talking about the playoff. They don't respect Pitt at all. They're so over Pitt. These fans are too. The nut jobs talking about how it's going to be 50-50, even though the numbers and statistics say it's completely different. It's not going to be that. They don't respect Pitt. They've done a horrible job in terms of just covering Pitt the entire week. It's motivated them even more than what was there already on top of that. A mature football team, even with the number of true freshmen that are starting. Guys, I'm calling my shot in this football game. In my opinion, I think Pitt wins this football game 34-31. I'm calling a game here. Pitt has the upset. Number 22 Pitt beats number 9 Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish beats number 9 Notre Dame 34-31. I think it's going to be a damn football game, a damn good football game. Gibby, 10-28. The build up to this game is giving me flashbacks to 2021 Clemson. Time to establish ourselves. Hail to Pitt. Couldn't agree more with you, but also, too, I'm going to be honest with you, it's 10 times better than 2021 because of College Game Day being here. I think that's a big thing. Andy, thank you, sir, for the $5 super chat. If you have any questions, make sure you throw one in there. I'll be able to find it here. But thank you, sir, for the super chat. Kevin, let's go. Hail to Pitt. Guys, I'm on board with this thing. I think at the beginning of the week, I was a little concerned about it. But these guys are dialed in. And enough people that I talked to, they were just laughing about this stuff in the beginning of the week. I've got Pitt winning this football game 34-31. Control the offensive line. Be able to get spurts where you're able to at least run the football here and there because you won't be able to do it effectively all the time. Give Mason Heinchel time to throw the football. Be able to find your receiver. Number 2, penalties. Limit the penalties to 7 or less. We got ourselves a really good chance to win this football game. Number 3, Mason Heinchel. Win this football game by making sure you're dropping the football off in places where you're not putting it in danger, or just give them allow the play to give you what they're giving you. Take your deep shots. When it's there, take your deep shots. Be aggressive. Be the Mason Heinchel we expect you to be. But also, too, if it's not there, don't try to force it. Basically, make sure you make the play where the defense gives you. Make sure you're making the plays that are there. Take what the defense is giving you. It's pretty simple. Number 4, the Pitt fan base. It's time to show up and be loud, be on your feet. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. I've never seen Pitt fans this pumped up for a football game. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a raucous. It's going to be absolutely just incredible atmosphere in Acrisure Stadium, guys. Cannot thank you guys enough for tuning into another episode of Talking College Football with JJ Kitchen. Guys, all you can do is just take it all in, laugh about it a little bit with some of the takes from the Notre Dame fans. All you can do is laugh about it. It is what it is. They're confident. They're already overlooking Pitt. They're looking towards the college football playoff. Pitt's not a big deal to them. They're going to beat up on Pitt. I got the upset coming. John Gruden called for the upset. A number of ESPN analysts think there's going to be an upset. It's time to get after it, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking College Football with JJ Kitchen. Guys, as always and forever, hail to Pitt and hail the ACC. I'll see you guys on the North Shore in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with College Game Day. I'll see you down at Acrisure Stadium. Guys, let the thunder roll. I'll see you soon.